All right, so I heard there were a lot of good Super Bowl crypto commercials, and I was at the game, as a lot of you guys know, so I got no idea what commercials were on there. I think FTX, Coinbase had one. Beyond that, I'm not really sure. So I have not seen these commercials at all, so we're going to do a react video to all of the Super Bowl commercials. So let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. Here we got the first one. We got a street background. I mean, it looks like LA possibly. Let's see what this is. Oh, eTorro.
Fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like. Oh.
Very Gen Z commercial. They got the guy with the mustache. You guys know mustaches. I mean, they're very popular these days. I mean, just look at that unbelievable mustache that guy has. Ape John. Okay, they're going with the apes here. I know there's a lot of young people flying around in the waves. They got the song right. They got the moon going. eTorro, I'm not really a fan of at all. It's too stock heavy for me. But yeah, let's check it out. See what the rest says.
Jupiter and Mars.
Imagine a community where millions share ideas.
The Shiba reference. Y'all see the Shiba or the Dogecoin reference. Y'all saw that.
Stocks, crypto, and beyond.
To the moon?
In other words, eTorro, the power of social investing.
So the eTorro commercial, not too bad, pretty entertaining, honestly. I could watch it again. I think what it boils down to for me is, they're really trying to continue to push this narrative of young people, apes, moon, like a lot of the stuff in crypto, a lot of people don't like. But look, that's the mainstream. That's what brings the culture in. So I think they did a pretty good job, but I'm walking away from that video not really understanding why I'm using eTorro over anything else. So, as far as actual marketing goes, maybe not the best job, but a very entertaining commercial. I very easily could have watched that commercial and missed that it was even eTorro. So, next one.
History is filled with almosts. With those who almost adventured, who almost achieved.
Okay, so this is the famous Crypto.com commercial. Obviously, this is Matt Damon. Much maligned Matt Damon. The mainstream people hate him. They feel like he's an awful human for doing a Crypto.com commercial. I'll be honest with you, I have seen this one before, but this one was running before the Super Bowl. Let's see if we pick up any new little Easter eggs here.
But ultimately, for them it proved to be too much. Then there are others, the ones who embrace the moment and commit.
You know what I think about? I think about all of the dead bodies strewn all across Mount Everest. I don't know if you guys know there's dead bodies everywhere. So look, I think if you're going to get into crypto, you got to be brave, but there are risks for sure.
And in these moments of truth, these men and women, these mere mortals, just like you and me.
I hope you guys got the message here. The message here is that, if you're a nerdy incel and you want to kiss a girl, you have to be brave.
As they peer over the edge, they calm their minds and steel their nerves with 4 simple words that have been whispered by the intrepid since the time of the Romans. Fortune favors the brave.
I like it. I mean, I guess you say that's a oldie but a goodie. You can check down here at the bottom. You can see the let me move that out of the way. You can see the disclaimer. Trading cryptocurrencies carries risks such as price volatility and market risk. Before deciding to trade cryptocurrencies, consider your risk appetite. Basically, if you're not a brave person, if you're scared, you better stay home. They say scared money don't make no money. I think it's a great commercial. It feels inspiring.
Kyle Lowry! Our next BitBuy commercial is about missed opportunities.
Okay, for full disclosure, I don't even know what BitBuy is, but I do know who Kyle Lowry is, so this one's winning already.
So many Canadians wish they bought tech stocks or real estate.
Kyle Lowry plays for Toronto Raptors, obviously, won a championship there, so this must be a Canadian site, but great way to go get a giant, Canadian celebrity. Maybe only Drake, or I don't know who else might be a bigger celebrity, Tom McDonald.
Just 10 years ago.
It's happening again with crypto.
Bingo. here's the idea.
Now, I think that's really cool what they just did. What they did there is they showed the returns from 1 year ago. Now, that was when the price was at 60,000. Oh, it's Canadian dollars. So you can see it's in Canadian dollars. We've got ETH at 4,700 Canadian, but look at the percentages there. Very tempting. Notice they put Solana. Why? One of the #1 performers of the year.
Bingo. Here's the idea.
Kyle Lowry has missed over 6,000 shots in his career. Don't be like Kyle and miss your opportunity again and again and again and again.
Love this commercial. This is so funny. I think, if you guys remember the Michael Jordan commercial from, I guess, the late 90s or early 2000s, he's like, I took so many game-winning shots and I missed almost all of them. I only made this many, but you miss all the shots you don't take. It kind of reminds me of that.
And again.
Seriously?
And again.
Yeah.
And again.
Yeah. Okay, in my opinion, this is the best one so far. It really balanced, showing what they do is an exchange, showing crypto is a great opportunity, and also, very, very funny. So
TurboTax Live matches you with a tax expert who is right for you.
So you're a perfect match for a freelancer who just bought a home that's also her office?
That's right.
What if I actually have no idea how to freelance, but
I invest in crypto in my hometown of Gravity, Iowa.
Then I'd say you're down to earth and help you report your gains and losses.
What if
I work in London, live in New York, shot a Super Bowl commercial in Los Angeles?
Oh, this is funny. It's a Ted Lasso joke. I don't know if you'll get that.
Then I'd say congrats. I can sort that all out for you.
Thank you kindly. What if
what if I really am a freelancer who just bought a home?
Then you can still hand your taxes off to me to get your maximum refund.
Okay, so here's my problem with this commercial so far. Number one, it is a TurboTax commercial, so it's not a strictly crypto commercial. The idea of this and the concept is really funny, but if you really get into this, the first time there's a costume change and it's like mystery, revealed I'm really this other person, like it kind of seems to be throwing like kind of some subliminal waves towards like people in crypto are scammers or people in crypto are pretending to be people that they're not. Just kind of the same tired narrative we hear from the government and stuff like that. And then they're like, hey, but we don't judge you if you're doing that. So, I'm not so down with this commercial. And you say I'm reading between the lines here, and I definitely am.
I call it the wheel.
Is that the guy from Borat?
I don't think so. What does it do?
The rules.
Yeah, so does a bagel, okay? A bagel you can eat.
Oh, that's Larry David.
Worst ideas I've ever heard.
Brother David, behold, the fork. I got 10 forks right here, baby. Am I right?
Pretty good.
My lord?
What is it?
A toilet, my lord.
A toilet? You expect this court to do its business inside? We're not animals. We go outside like humans.
I see where this is going.
It's coffee. It's new.
It's awful.
You don't like it?
I'm all jittery and feel like I got a big job coming on.
Hancock, you sign first. No king! Gentlemen, have you taken leave of your senses? The people shall have the right to vote. Even the stupid ones? Yes. Stupid people vote? Yes.
Edison, can I be honest with you? It stinks. Does your wife know what's going on here?
She knows I go to work.
You're wasting your time, and it's sad. You might as well put the dishes in the shower.
Hey, Catherine, what's cooking? We're putting a man on the moon. Are you out of your mind? I can't even get tuna without celery. Nobody's gone to the moon, ever. Why not? It's too far. It's far. It's really far. It's far.
我々の未来はポータブルミュージックです。
バカか。バカか。
This is a
わかる
great
だろ
commercial.
う。わかるだろう。わかるだろう。出て行け。みんないるのか。怖いんだ。ああ、バッタリがいつも言えるぞ。バッタリどこ。バッタリ。
Like I was saying, it's FTX. It's a safe and easy way to get into crypto.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And I'm never wrong about this stuff. Never.
Brilliant commercial. That is.
Franklin! Hey, I left my cane in there. What? What do you mean? Hey, that's an expensive cane!
I think that is a brilliant commercial. I think what they did here, they set it up. Now, I knew this was going to be a crypto commercial. I didn't know it was FTX, but they really set this up like old man yells at Bitcoin kind of thing. Like, they set it up to show how many times people have been wrong about things. And, I think it's a really, really, really magnificent commercial. And it just shows, there's always going to be haters. There's always going to be doubters, man. Think about the guy that said people will never shop online. They'll always prefer brick and mortar. We see how stupid that take was. Just, crypto is not going to be around is one of those long-term bad takes. So, and they got a QR code. This is a QR code. I was seeing people talking about this, showing this somewhere. Well, let's see what this is. Is this the same commercial? Because I thought that was a Coinbase commercial I thought people were talking about. Let's see what this is. Where does this go here? Here we go. Let's check it out. This is Coinbase. So this is Coinbase. I heard that Coinbase crashed. I didn't know this was the whole commercial. This is really insane. They paid millions of dollars for this. But it works. I scanned it and it worked. I think this is also great marketing. I mean, people were talking about this. I didn't realize this was the whole commercial. So very, very, very interesting technique that they used here. How long does this go on for? Wow. It looks like a little dragon in the middle of the QR code. Maybe some glasses or some Hooters down there. Oh, and then it just says Coinbase at the end. I got to say, once again, I think that's a great commercial. I think if you go back to like the eTorro ad, just very standard commercial that people have seen forever. It's funny, doesn't really drive the point home of what it does or what it is, not really getting you to take actionable steps. Where you look at the Coinbase commercial, this is probably, honestly, the most effective commercial out of all of them. My only thing would be like, if people don't know it's a Coinbase commercial and they just scan that and pull up Coinbase, like how many of those people are actually going to download and use it? I guess we'll just have to see what that is. At least at the end, they do have the branding on there. But the FTX, the BitBuy, and the Coinbase commercial, I'm going to say these are the three best ones. What do you guys think? Drop your comments down below. Let me know which Super Bowl commercial you like the best that had crypto in it. And what do you think about my takes? All right, guys. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.